Picture this. You're walking through an old airport terminal, and you notice a faded logo on a forgotten gate. It's from an airline that once ruled the skies, carried millions of passengers, and defined an entire era of aviation. Today, that airline exists only in memories and museum displays. Welcome to American Memories, where we explore the stories that shaped our world. The golden age of aviation gave birth to some of the most iconic airlines in history. These weren't just transportation companies. They were symbols of national pride, technological innovation, and human ambition to conquer the skies. But the airline industry has always been unforgiving. Economic turbulence, fierce competition, and changing times have claimed even the mightiest carriers. Today we're taking a nostalgic journey through 13 legendary airlines that once soared high above the clouds, but have now vanished from the skies forever. Our first story takes us to the glamorous world of Pan American World Airways, better known simply as Pan Am. For over 60 years, Pan Am wasn't just an airline, it was America's unofficial flag carrier. Founded in the late 1920s, Pan Am pioneered international air travel, introducing luxury that made flying feel like sailing through the clouds in a five-star hotel. Their blue globe logo became synonymous with adventure and sophistication. Pan Am was the first airline to operate regular scheduled flights across the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, connecting continents in ways that seemed impossible just decades before. But by the 1980s, mounting debts, increased competition, and the tragic Lockerbie bombing dealt devastating blows to the company's reputation and finances. In December 1991, Pan Am filed for bankruptcy, ending an era of aviation history that many consider the most romantic period of commercial flight. The second airline that captured hearts worldwide was Trans World Airlines, known affectionately as TWA. This carrier embodied the spirit of American aviation from the 1930s through the early 2000s. TWA was synonymous with innovation and style, introducing some of the most advanced aircraft of their time. Their distinctive red and white livery became a familiar sight at airports around the globe. The airline played a crucial role in connecting America's east and west coasts when such journeys were still considered epic adventures. TWA was also known for its exceptional service and attention to detail, making every flight feel special. However, financial struggles plagued the company for decades. Despite several attempts at revival and restructuring, TWA was eventually acquired by American Airlines in 2001, marking the end of another aviation legend. Moving across the Atlantic, we encounter British European Airways, or BEA, as it was commonly known. This airline served as the United Kingdom's premier domestic and European carrier from the late 1940s until the mid-1970s. BEA was instrumental in making air travel accessible to ordinary British families, transforming flying from a luxury reserved for the wealthy into a practical means of transportation. The airline operated an impressive network connecting British cities with European destinations, helping to shrink the continent and bring communities closer together. BEA was also a pioneer in aircraft development, working closely with manufacturers to create planes specifically designed for shorter European routes. In 1974, BEA merged with its long-haul counterpart, British Overseas Airways Corporation, to form British Airways, which continues to operate today. While British Airways carries on the legacy, the distinctive identity and charm of BEA lives only in aviation history. Our journey continues with Braniff International Airways, an airline that literally painted the sky with color. During the 1960s and early 1970s, Braniff revolutionized airline branding with their bold, vibrant aircraft liveries. Each plane was painted in a different bright color, from shocking pink to turquoise blue, making Braniff flights impossible to miss on any airport tarmac. This Texas-based carrier wasn't just about eye-catching colors. They also hired renowned artists and designers to create everything from uniforms to interior cabin designs. Braniff represented the optimistic, colorful spirit of the era, making air travel feel like an extension of the Cultural Revolution happening on the ground. The airline expanded rapidly during the deregulation period of the late 1970s, but this aggressive growth proved unsustainable. By 1982, Mounting debts and operational challenges forced Breniff into bankruptcy, silencing one of aviation's most vibrant voices. The fifth airline on our list represents the epitome of German engineering and precision, Lufthansa's predecessor, Deutsche Lufthansa. Founded in the 1920s, this airline helped establish Germany as a major player in international aviation during the interwar period. The original Deutsche Lufthansa was known for its punctuality, technical excellence, and innovative approach to air travel. They operated some of the most advanced aircraft of their time and maintained routes that connected Europe with distant corners of the world. However, World War II brought an abrupt end to civilian operations, and the airline was completely dissolved. While a new Lufthansa was founded in the 1950s and continues to thrive today, the original Deutsche Lufthansa remains a distinct chapter in aviation history, representing both the promise and the tragedy of early commercial aviation. National Airlines holds the sixth position in our countdown, representing the golden age of American regional aviation. This Florida-based carrier operated from the 1930s until 1980, earning the nickname the Star of the Airways. National Airlines was beloved for connecting Florida's growing cities with the rest of America, playing a crucial role in the state's transformation from a sleepy backwater to a major tourist destination. The airline was known for its friendly service and reliable operations, embodying the optimistic spirit of post-war America. National's advertisements featuring beautiful flight attendants became iconic symbols of their time. However, the airline industry's deregulation in the late 1970s created intense price competition that National couldn't survive. In 1980, Pan Am acquired National Airlines, incorporating its routes and aircraft into their own network. Our seventh entry takes us to the romantic world of Trans-Canada Airlines, later known as Air Canada's predecessor in its original form. Founded in the 1930s as a government-owned enterprise, this airline was instrumental in connecting Canada's vast territories and bringing the country together through aviation. Operating in one of the world's most challenging environments, with harsh winters and enormous distances between cities, Trans-Canada Airlines demonstrated remarkable resilience and innovation. The airline pioneered cold-weather flying techniques and developed specialized equipment for Arctic operations. While Air Canada continues to operate today as the evolved successor, the original Trans-Canada Airlines era represents a unique period when aviation was seen as a tool for national unity and development rather than just commercial profit. Eastern Airlines claims the eighth spot on our list, representing one of America's most storied aviation companies. For over 60 years, Eastern connected the American East Coast with destinations throughout the Americas. The airline was known for its distinctive falcon logo and the slogan, "The Wings of Man." Eastern played a crucial role in developing air travel along the densely populated eastern seaboard, making flights between cities like New York, Boston, and Miami as routine as train journeys had been in previous generations. The airline was also a pioneer in aircraft technology, often being among the first to operate new aircraft types. However, labor disputes, management conflicts, and increased competition took their toll throughout the 1980s. Despite its rich history and loyal customer base, Eastern Airlines filed for bankruptcy in 1991, ending nearly 7 decades of service. The ninth airline that captured imaginations worldwide was Hughes Air West, a carrier that embodied the entrepreneurial spirit of the American West. Founded through a series of mergers in the late 1960s, Hughes Air West was backed by the legendary Howard Hughes, adding an aura of mystery and innovation to the brand. The airline served smaller western cities that were often overlooked by major carriers, providing vital connections for communities across Nevada, California, and neighboring states. Hughes Air West was known for its distinctive yellow and orange livery that stood out dramatically against the desert landscapes they served. The airline represented the optimistic growth of the American West during the post-war boom years. However, the oil crises of the 1970s and increased competition proved challenging. In 1980, Hughes Air West was acquired by Republic Airlines, which was itself later merged into Northwest Airlines. Our 10th selection brings us to the sophisticated world of BOAs. British Overseas Airways Corporation. This airline served as Britain's long-haul flag carrier from the 1940s through the mid-1970s, connecting the far reaches of the British Commonwealth and establishing the United Kingdom as a major force in international aviation. BOAC operated some of the most advanced aircraft of their era, including being among the first airlines to operate jet passenger service with the revolutionary de Havilland Comet. The airline's routes spanned the globe, from London to Sydney, Johannesburg to Hong Kong, carrying passengers across continents and time zones in an era when such journeys were still considered extraordinary adventures. BOAC represented British engineering excellence and imperial ambition, maintaining connections with former colonies and Commonwealth nations. In 1974, BOAC merged with British European Airways to form British Airways, combining their expertise to create one of the world's leading international carriers. Continental Airlines, in its original independent form, earns the 11th position on our countdown. Founded in the 1930s, Continental grew from a small regional carrier serving the American Southwest into a major international airline. The airline was known for its innovation in customer service and its ability to adapt to changing market conditions. Continental survived airline deregulation and multiple economic downturns through creative management and operational efficiency. The carrier developed a reputation for connecting smaller American cities with major hubs, providing essential air service to communities that might otherwise have been isolated. However, the airline industry's consolidation trend eventually caught up with Continental. In 2010, Continental merged with United Airlines, ending the independent existence of a carrier that had served American aviation for over 70 years. Republic Airlines takes the 12th spot, representing the era of airline consolidation that reshaped American aviation in the 1980s. Formed through the merger of several regional carriers, Republic created a significant presence in the Midwest and Western United States. The airline was known for its operational efficiency and its focus on providing reliable service to medium-sized cities that were often underserved by major carriers. Republic's red, white, and blue livery became a familiar sight at airports across America's heartland. The airline represented the entrepreneurial spirit that drove many regional carriers to compete with established giants. However, the pressures of deregulation and the need for greater scale led Republic to merge with Northwest Airlines in 1986, contributing to the wave of consolidation that would continue to reshape the industry for decades to come. Our final entry brings us to the tragic story of Swissair, once known as the Flying Bank, due to Switzerland's reputation for financial stability and precision. For over 70 years, Swissair embodied Swiss excellence in aviation, operating one of the world's most respected international airline networks. The carrier was renowned for its punctuality, safety record, and attention to detail that reflected Switzerland's national character. Swissair served as a bridge between Europe and the rest of the world, with Zurich becoming a major international aviation hub. The airline's red and white livery, featuring the distinctive Swiss cross, was recognized and trusted by travelers worldwide. However, an ambitious expansion strategy in the late 1990s, including investments in other airlines and related businesses, proved disastrous. The September 11th attacks delivered a final blow to an already weakened company. In 2001, Swissair declared bankruptcy, shocking the aviation world and ending the story of one of Europe's most prestigious carriers. These 13 airlines represent more than just business failures or industry consolidation. They embody dreams, ambitions, and entire eras of human achievement. Each carrier played a unique role in making our world smaller and more connected. They pioneered routes across oceans and continents, introduced innovations that improved safety and comfort, and created memories for millions of passengers who trusted them to carry their most precious cargo, themselves and their loved ones. The stories of these vanished airlines remind us that even the mightiest enterprises are subject to the winds of change. Economic turbulence, technological shifts, and evolving consumer preferences can ground even the most legendary carriers. Yet their legacy lives on in the aviation industry they helped build, in the routes they pioneered, and in the memories of those who experienced the golden age of flight. As we remember these lost legends of the sky, we're reminded that progress often comes with sacrifice. The airlines that serve us today stand on the foundations built by these vanished carriers, inheriting their innovations and learning from their challenges. What memories do you have of flying with any of these legendary airlines? Do you remember the excitement of boarding a Pan Am Clipper or the colorful joy of a Braniff flight? Share your aviation memories in the comments below. We love hearing your stories here at American Memories. And if you enjoyed this journey through aviation history, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more fascinating stories from our past. Until next time, keep those memories flying high.